Maruti Suzuki WagonR. Now this is a CNG variant, and in Maruti Suzuki WagonR you have two CNG variants on offer. There is the LXI CNG variant and the other one is the LXI option CNG variant. This particular car is the LXI CNG variant which you are looking at, and this is the side profile of the car. Now guys, the wheelbase of the car is 2435 mm, and guys, this is how the car looks like from the side profile. Now let me quickly show the rear profile of the car. So this is how the car looks like from the rear profile, and guys, the height of the car is 1675 mm and the length of the car is 3655 mm. So guys, now I have spoken about the dimensions of the car. Now let me quickly show you guys the features. So here on the exterior at the front, as you can see, this is how it looks like at the front. Here you have a grille sort of a design with chrome and Suzuki logo right in the center, and this is how the front profile of the WagonR actually looks like. Talking about the headlamps, here as you can see, there are no projector headlamps provided over here. In this particular variant you have your normal halogen bulbs provided over here, and below here you have your fog lamp housing, but the fog lamp is not available. That is something which you need to purchase additionally. That is an additional accessory which you need to install. And this is the key of the car. So on the key here, as you can see, it gets a lock as well as unlock button. Now this is the Sportz CNG variant. Obviously it gets the central locking feature, and on the key, as you can see, two buttons are provided. One is for your lock, other one is for your unlock. And this is the front look of the car. This is the front profile. As you can see, at the front they have provided a massive grille sort of a design. Here you have your Hyundai badge at the front, and those are your headlamps. Now in the headlamps you don't really get projector setup, those are halogen bulbs provided. And here below this you obviously have your fog lamps provided. The fog lamps are kind of good in size, I would say. So at the front, as you can see, the design is similar to the Grand i10 Neos, I would say, and compared to the earlier Santro, the design has definitely kind of improved. They have tried to make it a bit more aerodynamic, I would say. This is the side look of the car. This is the side profile. As you can see, that boomerang sort of a design also looks quite nice on the sides. And now talking about the tire profile, the tire profile at the front is 155/80 R13. Those are 13 inches steel rims with wheel caps, and the wheel caps which you are looking at are again additional fitment done by the owner. Here you have your side indicator, and here if you notice you have your ORVMs in black. You don't get body colored ORVMs. Seat covers which you are seeing is again additional fitment, and door visor as well, so those are additional fitments. Here again the door handles are in black. You don't get body colored door handles over here. The rear tire profile is again similar, which is 155/80 R13, steel rims with wheel caps. Now let me quickly show you guys the tire profile. So at the front here, as you can see, now here the tire profile is 165/70 R14. Those are 14 inches steel rims provided with wheel caps. So that is the tire profile. On the mirrors here you obviously get your turn indicators, and those are body colored door handles and mirrors which you get in the Sportz CNG variant, so that is a nice thing. At the rear again the tire profile is kind of similar, that is 165/70 R14, steel rims with wheel caps provided. So guys, here at the rear, if you notice, you don't really get rear wiper and defogger at the rear. In this particular variant you at least get your reverse parking sensors, which will help you while parking your car in tight spaces, which is again a nice thing to have. Those are your tail lamps, which are normal halogen bulbs provided over here. And in the center again you have your WagonR badge or logo completely in chrome, Suzuki logo right in the center. And here you again have your reflectors, which is again a nice thing. So guys, this is how the car actually looks like from the exteriors. And this is the rear profile of the car. As you can see, CNG sticker right on the left corner. Here you have your Sportz badge provided on the right. Talking about the tail lamps are not LEDs, those are again halogen bulbs. In the center you have Hyundai badge. On the left you have your Santro badge provided, and because this is a sports variant you do get defogger at the rear, so that is again a good thing to have. So this is the rear profile of the car. As you can see, it is simple and subtle, I would say. At the bottom actually they have kind of experimented a bit, and the lower portion actually looks quite nice. So here as you can see they have provided reflectors. So guys, right now I'm in the car, and as you can see this is how the interior of the WagonR CNG actually looks like. On the dashboard as you can see they have actually used black and beige interiors, and this is exactly how the cabin actually looks like inside the car. Now in terms of safety features, you have ABS, EBD and driver side airbag in this particular variant. Now in terms of features, here as you can see, let's start with the instrument cluster. So guys, this is your instrument cluster, and as you can see over here, you don't really have a tachometer, you have a speedometer, and there are other emergency lights which it indicates, and there is a small MID in the center head position. By pressing over here you can see other details, like it will show your average fuel consumption, range, your odometer reading, and your trip A, trip B as well, time as well. So all of those things can be seen over here, and this is how the interior actually looks like. Now here as you can see, you don't really get a music system in this particular variant. That is something which you need to install additionally. This is your button for your hazard lamp. These are your manual controls for air conditioning. Here you have your space to keep your wallet and stuff like that. You also have a 12-volt charging point over here, and this is your 5-speed manual gearbox which you have over here. Here you also can keep a 1 liter bottle. So in terms of storage space, in terms of practicality, the car is really very good. Also below the handbrake you actually have some space to keep your stuff. Here also you have a glove box which is pretty decent in terms of size. So guys, this is how the dashboard and the interiors of the car actually looks like. Now we are in the door pads. As you can see, here you have your buttons for your power windows. This is to lock your power windows, this is to lock and unlock your doors. Here you again have a space to keep your 1 liter bottle. There is again some space where you can keep your newspapers and magazines. From here you can actually convert from petrol to CNG and vice versa. There is also an headlight leveler. This is your headlight leveler. From here you can actually convert from petrol to CNG. So this is how the interior and the dashboard actually looks like. Here in the sun visor you have a toll receipt provided, toll receipt holder provided. These are your lights obviously. So these are your lights, and here if you notice, here you don't really get a vanity mirror, so that is about it. So guys, this is how the interior of the WagonR actually looks like. So guys, right now I am inside the car, and as you can see, this is exactly how the dashboard and the interiors of the Hyundai Santro Sports CNG variant actually looks like, and the design of the dashboard is really very good, I would say. Talking about the steering wheel, on the steering wheel you have steering mounted audio controls. On the right you have your mode button provided. On the left here you have your button for your volume as well as for your mute. In the instrument cluster on the left, as you can see, they have provided tachometer. In the center you have your speedometer. On the right you get an MID, and by pressing this button over here you can obviously toggle through the MID, so it will show you the trip as well as odometer reading, distance to empty, average fuel consumption, etc, etc. So those are the features, those are the things which can be seen in the MID. And here if you see, here they have actually provided a button from which you can obviously convert from petrol to CNG and vice versa. There is also a button provided to adjust your ORVMs and headlight leveler as well. In the door pads, as you can see, it is giving you a good idea about how much space do you get in the door pad. So here you can easily get your umbrella as well as bottle. So that's good about the door pads, that you have decent amount of space in it. In terms of practicality, the car is really very good, I would say. Here again you have your buttons for to pick up as well as to reject your call, so that is again a nice thing. Now let me quickly show you the music system. So here as you can see, this is the touchscreen music system which you get. And talking about the music system, the sound quality is good. In terms of touch response, as you can see, it is not very quick as such, but definitely it is good in terms of touch response. So guys, this is exactly how the music system kind of sounds like, and the touch response is okay, I would say. Here you have your controls for your air conditioning. Obviously automatic climate control is missing over here, and below here you have your some space to keep your stuff, USB connectivity, 12-volt charging point as well. This is your 5-speed manual gearbox provided right over here. Those are your controls for your power windows. You can obviously again lock your power windows as well, so that is again an option provided. Here you have some practicality spaces. There is a cup holder provided right over here, and also below the handbrake you have some space to keep your stuff, so that is again a nice thing. So here on the dashboard, as you can see, they have provided some space to keep your sunglasses, and here again you have your aircraft style AC vents which look quite nice. The fit finish of the interiors is quite nice, I would say. The quality of the plastic is a bit on the harder side, but that is something which you see in most of the cars. The glove box, as you can see, it is not a very big one as such, but definitely provides you decent amount of space to keep your stuff. So guys, this is exactly how the interiors of the car looks like. I really like the design of the interiors. And in this particular variant you have driver side airbag, ABS, EBD as safety features. On the co-driver side, as you can see, there is no vanity mirror provided, and on the driver's side right over here, again you don't really get a vanity mirror. There is only a toll receipt holder provided. So guys, this is how the interior looks like. Black and beige color also do look quite nice inside the cabin. So guys, right now I'm in the second row of the WagonR CNG, and as you can see, there is pretty good amount of space over here in the second row. The driver seat is not all the way ahead, and still as you can see, in terms of legroom, you can easily stretch your feet below the driver and the co-driver seat. In terms of knee room as well, you have pretty decent space at the rear, and the under thigh support of the seat is also really very good. In terms of headroom as well, the headroom is also pretty good, and it is also a pretty wide car to be in. So here as you can see, you can easily get two adults and a kid in the middle. Here if you notice, here is a small hump, but it won't really trouble you a lot. It won't really trouble the middle passenger in terms of legroom. So that is, which is again a very good thing about the car. I think the new WagonR, definitely Maruti Suzuki has nailed it in terms of the space inside the cabin. In terms of legroom, it is good. In terms of knee room also, you have a great amount of space. In terms of headroom as well, you have very good amount of space. Now in terms of the door pads, here as you can see, you can easily get a 1 liter bottle, and here at the rear you don't really have power windows. You have to manually actually put the windows up and down. Here you have handle to hold on to. There also you have an handle to hold on to. Other than, and then the driver side, you actually get handles to hold on to at the rear, which is a great thing about the car. So guys, yeah, that's about the rear seat. The rear seat, the recline angle is not that much. It is a bit upright, so that is something which you need to know. So guys, this is the amount of space which you get in the WagonR. So guys, right now I'm in the second row of the Santro, and as you can see, this is the amount of space which is on offer in the second row. In terms of legroom, it is pretty good, I would say, because you can stretch your feet below the driver as well as co-driver seat. And here in the center you also do get air vents, so that is again a nice thing. That is again a cool feature to have, especially in this particular segment of car. So that's about the second row. In terms of knee room, it is okay, I would say. In terms of under thigh support, it is again good, I would say. Talking about the shoulder room, as you can see, it is pretty wide, I would say. You can easily get two adults and a kid in the middle. The recline angle of the seats is also pretty good. In the center, the good thing is the fact that the floor is completely flat, so the middle passenger won't really struggle a lot. In the door pads, as you can see, there is a bottle holder provided right over here, and power window switch. So that's about it in the door pads. Not really much as such. And here you have an handle to hold on to. Obviously, other than the driver's side, you get handles to hold on to inside the cabin. And this is exactly how the interior and the dashboard of the Hyundai Santro Sportz actually looks like. So guys, yeah, that's about the second row space. So guys, this is the 341 liters of boot space which you get in the WagonR LXi CNG variant, and as you can see, the opening is not that wide, and because of the CNG tank and the spare wheel, you don't really get a lot of space inside the boot of the WagonR. Here as you can see, there is a box kept over here, so that is the amount of space which is left inside the boot. and the CNG tank capacity is 60 liters. Meanwhile, the petrol capacity, fuel tank capacity is 32 liters to be precise. So guys, right over here, by using your key you can obviously open your boot space, and here as you can see, this is the 235 liters of boot which you get in the Santro. But because of the CNG tank, you don't really get any space as such. Below the tank, as you can see, there is some space, but that is also something which you can't really access as such. The CNG tank is actually 60 liters in terms of size. You can easily get in 10 to 11 kgs of CNG gas, and the ARAI claim mileage of the CNG Santro is 30.48 kilometers per kg, and the warranty which you get with the car is 3 years or 1 lakh kilometers, whichever is earlier. Still, if you have any questions, you can definitely ask it to me on Instagram as well as in the comment section below. All the links are in the description box below. And if you still haven't checked out our Hindi channel, please do check it out as well, which is AutoRevzz Hindi. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, drive safe, ride safe. Bye bye.